Hi everyone, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your Guessy Concept. I want to say a massive thank you for joining me once again to this tutorial. I hope everyone is doing great. All right, today I shall be showing you how to draft a basic sleeve, two different methods and how to go about it. And if you are just struggling with your basic sleeve, this video is meant for you. Kindly sit back and watch to the end. The basic measurements I'll be working with in today's tutorial are my sleeve length, which is from the starting point of my shoulder to my elbow, which is 13 inches plus half an inch, making 13 and a half. Then I will be using my cap height as well. That is the distance between the starting point of the shoulder to the bicep, which is 3.5. And for the round sleeve, I have my bicep, which is the biggest part of the sleeve circumference. Then I have my elbow as well, okay? And the hem of the sleeve, which is the allowance, I have a 1 inch. From this starting part, I'll be taking my cap height, which is the cap length, okay? So my cap height is 3.5. How do you get your cap height? You take your bust circumference. For instance, my hair is 36 divided by 12 is equal to 3. Then I'll be adding a half an inch to it, making 3.5. So from this distance, from this starting point to this line is 3.5, which is my cap length. So from there, I root a line. This line now is my bicep. Bicep is the biggest part of your round sleeve, okay? So, and how do you determine that as well? You can take the measurements, but you discover that even after taking your measurement, by the time you want to cut your sleeve, you always struggle with it, whether it's right or not, okay? So to avoid that struggling now, what you have to do is that make sure your costume or your dress, your top, your blouse is ready to be attached to the sleeve, okay? For instance, let's assume this is our top now or blouse. Remember, we do have half an inch at the upper part to join it together, shoulder to shoulder. This is it. I'll fold it in like this. Then the side seam to join it, okay? This is it. I assume I've joined it now. I folded it in. Then I will now go ahead from this point, okay, from this shoulder slope. Then I will take my tape measure like this. I will take it down. Then whatever I have here, I have 7 inches. Whatever I have here will be your biceps. Then I'll go ahead now and place my bicep, which is 7 inches, okay? When you open the sleeve, that will be 14 inches, okay? Remember, we divided by 2. So I have 7 inches here. So from this 7 inches, I will divide it by 2 again, which is 3.5. So from this 3.5, I will go up by 2 inches, okay? By 2 inches. Then I will roll it up. So from that 2 inches, then I will come to this starting point, which is this edge. Then I will roll it like this. I will take the cap like this. I will stop there. Then I will now come to where the biceps stop here. Then I will now take a curve like this. You join it. We are done. Then from this biceps, you can come down by 1 inch. Like so. You come down just to give it a curve, okay? Then you now take your elbow or whatever length you have on your sleeve. My here is 12 inches. Divide by 2, that will be 6. Then I'll be placing 6 inches here. Then I'll connect it to this 1 inch like this. Then after that, I will now go ahead. Remember, the size seam for my blouse or dress is 1 inch. This is it. I will now place it here. You add it together because that will make the sleeve rhyme to the blouse. Okay, then I'll connect it. Then after that, remember the hemline, there's a allowance here. Then you take it down, fold your fabric like this, then cut it. So this is the first method. With this, you have a perfect sleeve, okay? You don't need to, scared or is it going to, with this, you have a perfect sleeve. So if I join it to this now, you see it's going to fit. Let me open it. Remember, I've joined it. So, and it's still on fold. I'll place it. Then I'll take it around. Then you open it, you see, everything rhymes. With this method, you don't have to go in while cutting your armhole. You don't have to go in or out, okay? Just when you are cutting your armhole like this, you look for the center part and you just cut it the way we cut the back parts, okay? You don't have to go in at the front part or move out at the front parts, right? Just cut it the way we cut the back, both front and back. So let's proceed to the second method. Right. For the second method now, same thing we did at the first method, we are going to repeat here. Only few things will be changing, right? So as you can see here, from the starting point of my shoulder to this line, I have my cap length, okay? And this will be my bicep, okay, which is the biggest part of the round sleeve, okay? So from there, remember the first one was 14 inches divided by 2. So I'll place 7 inches here. 7 inches. Okay? So from this 7 inches, I will rule a line to meet this starting point. Like this. Diagonally. So I'll go ahead and measure from this edge to this part and measure whatever I have. So I have 8 inches here. 8 inches divided by 2, that makes it 4 inches. So this will be the center. So from this center, remember from our armhole, from the classic sleeve now, we do go in by half an inch or come in by 3/4 or 1/4. So for this tutorial, this is my midpoint. So I'll be going out by half an inch. Okay, then I'll connect it to this part and then connect it to my armhole, right? So remember, we are going to cut off this part. Fine, we'll come to that later. So whatever I move in with here, same thing, I will repeat it here. Okay, so here I move up, I move in by half an inch. Here too, I'll be moving up by half an inch, which is this. Okay, so from this where the bicep ends, I will rule a line to meet this half an inch. Then from there, from this center, which is the midpoint, I will take my armhole curve like this. From the starting point of the shoulder, I will take it and curve it. So that will be my back armhole. Back armhole. So this part will be for the back armhole. So for the front armhole now, I will take my ruler again. So for the front armhole now, I will take it from this starting point through this space here. I will connect it to this midpoint like this, just slightly. So that's how it's going to look. So I will now take it from this point again to this point. From this point, you take it to this point like this. So this will be for the front armhole. So the next thing now is I'll go to my length, the length of my elbow, which is 6 inches. I will mark it. So same way we went down at the first method, we do it same here too. So you curve it just to give it a shape. Yeah. Then I will connect it to my hemline like this. So after that, I will now come to the blouse, or before now, because we use it as an illustration before. So you know, before now we do normally cut it. So this will be for the front now. So this is it. I will now take my allowance. But what for this method, what I normally do is that I join it the same way I join the first method. I join the side seam, join the upper shoulder, then measure out the sleeve. I will open it up. In this method, I will open everything up. Let's assume the two sleeve is like this, the two shoulder is like this. Then I will open it up and measure it from one edge of the sleeve to the other edge. Okay, so whatever I have, that's what I will use to place my bicep. Okay, so you know, this is just an illustration. I will just, for illustration, for this tutorial, I will just place 1 inch for the allowance. But if you are cutting it, make sure you put that into consideration. Okay, measure, open it up after joining the shoulder to shoulder. You open it up and then take the round circumference of the bicep, or the armhole, I mean. Okay, that you'll be able to have a perfect sleeve cut. Okay, so this is it for the second method. So I'll go ahead now and cut it out. So when you get to this part, you cut off the back armhole first. Okay, you cut off the back armhole. Then after that, you open it up like this. You open it up, because if you cut it on fold, it's going to affect the front armhole. Okay, you open it up, then you take one side, this side will be for the back. Then you take it, you cut it through the inner line like this. You see now, so this part The front is deeper than the back now. So let's place it together so that you see what we mean. You see now? So the front now goes in more than the back. So this is for this. So guys, I think we have come to the end of today's tutorial, and I hope this video has been helpful. If you find helpful, kindly subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like it, share this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. Okay, so I will see you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.